Hey y'all, it's Katie. Today we're going to talk about transitioning your hobby into a business or how to stop treating your business like a hobby. So what are some of the key things that you need to know to transition from a business to hobby or hobby to business? See how easy it is to get confused? Even I get mixed up sometimes. So let's talk about the things that differentiate a hobby and a business. So most often it's income. People think that, if I have not made over $600, then I am considered a hobby and I do not have to file a business return. That is technically not true. The IRS considers you a business as soon as you have the intent to make a profit. So make sure that if you have the intent to make a profit, such as having a business Facebook page, selling your products, in any fashion, it does not clarify how you have to sell them. If you are selling your products in any form, you have the intent to make a profit. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. Now, the IRS does say that if you're spending more money on this hobby than you're actually making, then they will disallow you to be able to not claim that income. And they'll say that it's a hobby and not a business. So you do have to treat it like a hobby or like a business. You do have to actually try to make a profit and not just use it as a tax deduction, because eventually the IRS will stop you from writing off those deductions. So make sure that you're treating it like a business. Make sure that you're putting in every effort to make a income and make a profit. But let's talk about some of the key things that differentiate it other than just whether you're making a profit or whether you're not making a profit. So some of the most important key elements to making your business legit are naming it, registering your business, opening up a separate checking account, and obtaining business insurance, and starting to treat it like a business. So we're going to break all these things down today just a little bit more. So naming your business. What should you name it? So I want to start by saying, when naming your business, make sure that you're not limiting it. So for example, if I was to name something Katie's Bows, then I would be limited on what I could offer. And if maybe I started offering t-shirts, people may think, well, why is she offering t-shirts when it's called Katie's Bows? The name of my creative business was called Katie Did Creations. I was not limited by what I could do, but people knew from my name that what I was doing was more than likely handmade. Register your business or get a fictitious name. So this often depends on your state. Some states will require that you register as a corporation. Some will require that you register as an LLC, and some will just require that you register a fictitious name or a DBA. So go to your state website, check out what it takes to register a business, and get that process going as soon as possible. So obviously, to register a fictitious name is under $10 in most states. To become an LLC typically varies per state, as well as becoming an incorporation. So depending on your state and their legal requirements and statutes, that will depend on what you're required to do. But make sure that you are following your state regulations. Also, make sure you're obtaining a business license if needed in your county or state. You want to make sure you're 100% legal from the get-go. The next thing is opening a separate bank account. So you want to make sure that you're separating your business and your personal funds as soon as possible. The IRS does not favor those who have mixed their personal and business expenses, income, assets. They like it all to be separate. So get a separate business banking account just as soon as you can. And the question that I often get asked here is, well, don't I have to have business income to start a business banking account? No. You can make what's called an owner's contribution and take $100 out of your personal fund and make an owner's contribution and start a business checking account. Now, at any point, you can pay yourself back that $100 if you so choose, just by making an owner's draw. Okay, so number 4 is obtain business insurance. Of course, this is going to depend on what kind of business you're in, your state requirements, your state stature, those kind of things. Typical handmade businesses don't need business insurance. However, typically your homeowner's insurance may not cover some of your business assets. So check with your insurance provider and make sure that they're aware that you have a home business in your home and that it will cover your business assets, especially if you have any expensive pieces of equipment. Okay, and step number 5, start treating it like a business. So this step in itself has some steps. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I know you're thinking, okay, what does that mean? Stop treating it like a business. If we knew the answer to that, Katie, we clearly would not be doing it. So let me walk you through a couple things. Set goals. Set goals. Financial goals, sales goals, personal goals, product goals. Set goals. Whatever drives you, whatever motivates you, set goals. Money motivates me. So I always set financial goals. I always know how much I want to make and what I have to do to achieve that. Make sure you're tracking your income and your expenses the best that you can. Remember, if you need any help, I gotcha. I gotcha, girl. Make sure you go over and check out KD Creative Balance. And you can either check out our programs or you can check out our blog. We have tons of resources and information there for you guys. So track your income and expenses, keep accurate records. So keep your receipts for everything. Make notes on your receipts. Make notes on your expense log. Make notes on your income log. The more accurate records you can keep, the better off you're going to be. Next, set standards for how you're going to run your business. So what's your shipping policy going to be? What's your return policy going to be? How are you going to treat customers? Because guess what? Not everybody's always going to be nice to you. And number 5, serve like no one else. I hear it all the time. But Katie, they're doing the same thing I am. But they sell the exact same thing I do. Why would anyone want to buy from me when they can go get it from her? Because they're not you. Serve like no one else, and people will recognize that. I promise you that if you ever have a mistake and you correct it right away with dignity, with respect, and with compassion, those people are going to come back to you over and over and over again. Take the extra step. Serve like no one else. And I promise you that you will build a business with a solid foundation that you will have returning customers over and over and over again. New customers are great, but returning customers are awesome. And that's who you want to serve.